Princess Haya is a real villain. While majority of the international media are giving one-sided support to Princess Haya Bint Hussein, thus projecting her as a real hero, in reality the daughter of King Hussain of Jordan is a real villain, a woman of highest disgrace from a very young age. Princess Haya has been extremely ambitious, and in her life money plays the most important role, and she has been accused to rowdy lifestyle, spending hugely towards luxury and comfort. Only had she learned the art of deception and making money. During her younghood, Princess Haya was known amongst her classmates as man-eater, who would acquire any man she wanted to bed, either by trapping him into her romantic trap or by buying him with expensive gifts and even cash. She also was offering drugs to some of her targeted men with goal of meeting her physical luster. Ever since Princess Haya landed in Britain and sought asylum, she, with the help of her full brother Prince Ali and few of her confidant in United Kingdom, has been spending lavishly on buying the media. Princess Haya, who now pretends to be a victim of the Dubai ruler, doesn't have a praiseworthy record of her past. In 2018, when Shekar Latifah, one of the daughters of Sheikh Mohammed Maktoum, was forcefully back to Dubai, it was Princess Haya, a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador, who had assumed responsibility for straightening out this scandal, but the results come across as a clumsy cover-up. Last December, Princess Haya invited her friend Mary Robinson, the former president of Ireland, to Dubai to meet with Shekar Latifah after months of international concern over her safety. Robinson later released photos and pictures of her meeting with a dazed-looking princess, but was quickly criticized for taking part in what was widely considered a public relations stunt. Princess Haya had faced backlash. Several NGOs wrote to the United Nations to complain about what they describe as a blatant conflict of interest. Her reputation as a philanthropist and human rights defender spanning decades took a hit. In London, Princess Haya now has two of her best accomplices, Heinen and David High, both known for fraudulent activities and using the name of Shekar Latifah for personal gains. The Tina-David duo was seen in a video talking of making pots of cash by trading into Shekar Latifah's sordid case. Both of them have recently spoken to Ola Salim, a British Egyptian journalist who wrote in a column The Foreign Policy about the case of Princess Haya. In the article, Ola Salim wrote, Tina Heinen, who appeared in a selfie taken by Shekar Latifah during a fleeing attempt, told me she must have opened her eyes for wanting a better future for herself and her children. She would not want them to marry someone they would not want to marry or be locked up. Princess Haya's arrival in the UK highlights the cases of Shekar Latifah and another daughter of Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikh Shamsa, who was kidnapped in London in 2000 and returned to Dubai. David High, a London-based human rights lawyer representing Shekar Latifah, has tried for more than a year to present her case before a British court in hopes of compelling Dubai to allow her to return. He says any court case that Princess Haya now pursues to attempt to stay in Britain would ultimately help Shekar Latifah. This is perfectly for us now. Princess Haya will need to show Sheikh Mohammed is a dangerous man for her kids. He said, obviously we are not happy for Haya, but it will give Latifah a good chance. Any testimony that Princess Haya presents on her behalf, including Shekar Latifah's 39-minute video and an additional 10 minutes of unseen footage, her lawyer has been holding on to what could complicate and implicate the ruler of Dubai in British courts, not only on her behalf, but that of her stepdaughters too. She wrote, the UAE is currently the only country in the Gulf Cooperation Council that has no laws prohibiting domestic violence against women. In divorce cases, domestic violence is not even considered when ruling on custody. According to Hiba Zardine, a Human Rights Watch investigator for the UAE, in case of divorce, the father automatically retains legal guardianship. The mother can continue to raise pre-teenaged children unless she remarries or is found to have violated Sharia. given her husband's position and his public accusations of infidelity. Princess Haya would have no hope of keeping her children if she decided to pursue the divorce in Dubai. Princess Haya's case and decision to flee to the UK rather than to her home country of Jordan may have been motivated by a search for a judicial system that consistently enforces the rule of law. If she went to Jordan, the government would have been under intense pressure to return her to Dubai. Despite Shekar Latifah's failed attempt to flee, a number of wealthy women in the UAE, including two royals, have emailed Haya with similar videos to the one the princess had recorded, documenting dire living conditions, pleading for help. The trend is in line with a growing number of women speaking out in the region, contesting religious and cultural policies that favor patriarchy. Of 3 women I've spoken to in the past few weeks who fled the region and sought asylum abroad, all have expressed lack of faith in the system of Sharia that is meant to protect their rights. So much, some said they have abandoned Islam altogether. Interestingly, while Princess Haya is telling the world about feeling insecure of returning to Dubai, she or her accomplices, including Tina, Heinen and David High, are refraining from uttering a word about the death of Shekar Latifah, who was murdered inside her isolated cell in the Dubai palace by the female maids.